did this for like a whole day. You know, I always think that I can't preach for a whole day, and then it just ends up happening. And I think that it's already past Sunday. I succeeded in doing it for a whole day. Yeah, it's 12:28, so I think I've had enough preaching. I've done it for an entire day. I started this time yesterday, and it wasn't that I said I was going to preach. It's just I ended up doing it. That's what I found happens. I think it would be best if I was a preacher that I'd be a natural preacher and not somebody who plans a schedule of what it is I'm going to talk about. That I just end up doing it, and that I don't do it for money, and I don't do it because I'm trying to do it, but that somehow it comes into me, maybe an angel or the Lord or somebody, I don't know who, and that I can't explain it, and I don't know if it's me or if it's Lord or if it's the devil or if it's anything, but hopefully it stimulates thought. That's all I care about. I don't want to make money off of it. I think it says in the Bible, it says, do not hold back good. And in the same respect, I would say, don't hold back God, and don't hold back truth. If you think something's true, share it. If it's not true, somebody will rebuke you. Let them rebuke you. But you have to prep. You can't just hold it in, pretend it's true, because you're and you can't avoid not doing that, because you're going to invest your pride in something that's probably not true, and then eventually you'll come to the realization that it's not true, and that you've had this false pride in something that's false all along, and it was because you were afraid to bring it out into the open and let other people hear it. They're going to be people who think you're crazy. I don't think it is bad as a human being to be seen as crazy by the world, because the world is friggin' crazy. It's full of crazy, and all crazy is confusion. It's not understanding stuff. That's normal. Every kid is crazy. They have crazy. I mean, you've heard that TV show that Cosby, and we know Cosby had some crazy himself. Kids say the darndest things, which you could also say kids say the craziest things. I think the crazy things kids say inspire their parents, the humor in their parents, and then the realization that they're probably crazy too. And when you end up seeing is it Charles Barkley or I forgot what his name is, the guy that sings the song, darling you're crazy, darling you're crazy. Hey, let's bring up the lyrics to that. Maybe we can sing it. And so, one thing I like to do is try to sing songs. And it's Gnarls Barkley, isn't it? It's G and Gnarls. I think it's Gnarls. Gnarls Barkley, yeah. And I don't know much about him. I just know this song that he has. Crazy. It says video of the year, crazy. Gnarls Barkley, crazy. And so crazy is Davey single. I'm trying hard not to cry, because anything that drives me emotional makes me cry, and I'm feeling like crying right now. And I don't understand it, because there's been times in my life that I've been so apathetic I wouldn't cry for anything. But when I think about something that's deep, like being crazy, being called crazy, that you're just emotional, that you're thinking things, and then people telling you that you don't have the right to think what you think. You don't have the right to be crazy. Everybody has the right to be crazy, to be confused, to express their confusion. The people that don't have any right are the people that pride themselves in the craziness they don't express. The ones who think that they're perfectly okay, that form entire cliques around themselves, and then people start to realize that they're really out there and that you don't want to have anything to do with these people. And they have the failure to even recognize seeing themselves as crazy as they are, such as Trump. The only way that Donald Trump could become the person he is because of a father who was super crazy, who had a perverse view of what it meant to be a winner in the world. And this is what formed Donald. And so Donald has the right to be crazy. But Donald needs to realize that he's confused and that he's not going to be able to save people's perception of him unless he comes to the realization of where it started, how it came to be such. So, why are these guys walking around me? Okay, so the song, and I teared up a bit, and it's good that you tear up. You're releasing some stress is what you're doing. I think that's really what people mean by crazy, is they mean confusion. They mean you're confused. So Gnarls Barkley, and I may even like bring the audio crazy and put it on my iPad. Probably the best way to do it is to bring up a cover tune. So it'll say cover, and then that way people are not say that it's so just say cover. So I'll do the cover, and I'll bring this into YouTube and we'll listen to it while this is being played. And then they put in advertisements. My website don't have these advertisements.
Scientists discovered some people have a secret pooping habit that keeps them effortlessly thin, even without
No, I'm not going to listen to such crap. No thanks. This is like the best cover.
I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions have an echo in so much space.
I'm gonna get on my TV set. I don't have to get out of my game to do this. So I'm gonna go into the web view. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. So I'm now typing it up into a Google search. Gnarls. With a mouse on my LG. Think you are? Ha ha ha, bless my soul. Oh, crazy. I think you're. You know what? Did she drop a lyrics?
just like
Oh no, she didn't. Okay, she's doing something here. So it looks like it's just 3 sets of lyrics. I thought it was longer than that, which would make it easy for me to memorize. The choruses makes it super easy.
Ever since I was little, it looked like fun. And it's no coincidence I've come.
Oh, you know what? She's got the lyrics, and this ain't the lyrics that I'm looking at.
Maybe I'm crazy.
Oh,
Maybe you're crazy. Maybe we're crazy.
oh. So what it says here, and I didn't hear that. It says my heroes had their heart to lose, their lives out on a limb. And I remember I was thinking I want to be like them. Ever since I was little, I looked at the fun. Okay. No. Oh, actually, there's a chorus there. I think that's what that is. I'm not 100% sure. If I look at the previous ones. So I don't know. I didn't hear her say. She said, ever since I was little. So maybe she left something out. But it's like my heroes had a heart to lose, their lives out on the limb. And all I remember is thinking, I want to be like them. Ever since I was little, it looked like fun. And it's no coincidence I've come and I can die when I'm done. But maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you're crazy. Maybe we're crazy. Probably. So let's go through the lyrics of this song. I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. When your emotions have an echo in so much space, and when you're out there without care. Yeah, I was out of touch, but it wasn't because I didn't know enough. I just knew too much. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Possibly. And I hope that you are having the time of your life, but think twice. That's my only advice. Come on now. Who do you think you are? Ha ha, bless your soul. You really think you're in control? I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy. I think you're crazy, just like me. My heroes had the heart to lose, their lives out on the limb. And all I remember is thinking I want to be like them. Ever since I was little, it looked like fun. And it's no coincidence I've come and I can die when I'm done. But maybe I'm crazy, maybe you're crazy, maybe we're crazy, probably. And I can kind of understand what he's saying there. You know, the lyrics in songs, it's kind of hard to understand exactly what they're saying. But what if I look out over this, thinking about this, is that you start through life thinking about a life you want to have, and then you come to realization that you really don't know anything. That you started out having fantasies about something, and then you didn't really understand all of the repercussions and things that make the people that the people that you deified, what they were going through was really very tumultuous, and this media system makes them up to look big and glorious whenever in their own lives they are wishing they were not in that situation. They were wishing they had never tried to become celebrities, or had never. And in the center of that song it says, haha, bless your soul. You really think you're in control? And it says, I think you're crazy. Because that's the problem with control, the belief that you have control over your life, is that you have no control over your life. And and you're trying to get people to think that you know how to get through life, and you don't. And I think that happened to Billy Joel because he had a lot of inspirational songs, but after he got married to Christy Brinkley, he stopped making really good tunes, and he didn't seem to. And I think the thing is there was nothing challenging his thoughts, and he lost the inspiration. I think that Christy Brinkley was the perfect storm to prove to him that he didn't know what he was doing. Because he got through the 70s and 80s telling people, do this, do that, in a sense, this is what it's like to be human and blah, 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 blah. And, singing Piano Man, and people will look at those songs and think twice about them. And some people even had claymations based on Piano Man about Davy, who's still in the Navy, that wants revenge on all the other characters in the song, that goes out and it has a vendetta to kill everybody else in the song, because it says Davies, who's in the Navy and probably will be for life, which is a sad way to paint somebody in a song, because there are people that identify with that, and they realize they don't want to be that person, and that person probably don't want to be that person either, But to paint a picture that somebody is unchangeable just screams, this character is going to break out of it and kill everybody, And that's the great thing about being able to identify and to empathize with people, even in music and in art and stuff, is that it inspires other people to create even stuff that might tribute, and then a lot in stuff that would challenge those ideas. And you'll hear people challenge the Bible, but they'll challenge it on a very shallow level. And the people who have read the Bible, who understand it, or understand parts of it, who have developed an understanding of it, to listen to people with shallow approaches to it, that they don't even know enough about it to really even say anything of any substance. All they can go on is on the grounds of the physics, if such things could happen or be done. And the thing they're not pondering is that if you believe that Jesus is the Christ, and the Christ is a title, and that Jesus is the Son of God, that Jesus is God, then you believe that Jesus could do anything, you see. And then there are no physics that would even apply. So to say that to people who believe that, and say that their physics wouldn't hold up, is kind of like saying, I don't believe in your stuff, and I'm going to prove to you that you shouldn't either. And they'll say to you, and they'll say, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. Because you're talking to somebody who believes it regardless of whatever you might concoct. Because what you're doing is you're creating something that satisfies you. It doesn't satisfy the person on the other end of that proof. Those people are never going to see a person who's trying to denounce the thing they believe in. Because what makes people believe in things it's more to do with other things than about proving the physics of the world hold up, and trying to apply a certain kind of logic. So, man, I wish I would just play the freaking game. When I play the game, I'm crazier than I am whenever I'm doing this, I'm sitting here looking at my TV set's got its own built-in little computer, and you can use it to cruise the web. I could listen to music. If I could only listen to music from my website through the web browser in my computer, in my TV set, without, or have it come in from my iPad, that would be so cool. I'd be listening to my website all the time while I'm playing video games. I can't do that. I can do it to a sense. I can probably stream it in from my laptop. But I'm better now. I'm not crying anymore or wanting to cry. Whenever I'm filled with expression and emotion and all that stuff, and I identify with somebody, that's when you cry with, is when you start to identify with someone, and you identify so much that you can't hold it back. That's when you cry. And there was a time when I didn't cry at anything. Or the only time I did cry were things like this one time I stepped on a baby bird, and I didn't realize it was still alive. And I didn't realize I stepped on it. I was trying to avoid stepping on it. And I mean, I had my foot up, and I saw this bird that this form down there that looked like a bird. And I was trying to walk out of the way of it, and I accidentally stepped on it. And I cried for 2 weeks. I literally cried for 2 weeks. I couldn't stop thinking about what I had just did that 2 weeks before. And before that, I thought I was so apathetic I could never cry for anything. But I can cry. And I think if you can cry, it's proof that you have empathy. I think, but I don't know when psychopaths cry. I don't what causes them to cry. What it is that maybe is once they get in jail and they get in a situation where they have no control. That's probably when they cry. But nobody will side with them because who identifies with the psychopath? Another psychopath? No, that's not going to happen. I would know there might be psychopaths that have cried for psychopaths. I don't know. You always think you can put everybody in a box. There are probably people that you can't put in a box at all.